Whales are large and the biggest, largest land mammal. The blue whale, who can weigh as much as an elephant. So basically, whales weren't always the sweet sea-dwelling giants we know today. There was actually a time when whales could walk on their feet, or more rather, their hooves. Yeah, whales could walk on their hooves. There was actually a small hoofed ungulate animal. It was an even-toed ungulate animal belonging to the hoofed Artiodactyla family, the Artiodactyl family, a group that includes pigs and includes deers. All of these mammals are part of the Arctidae family, not the Arctidae family. Artiodactyl family, the Artiodactyl family. The Artiodactyl family is a group of even-toed hoofed animals or cloven-hoofed animals. It's the family of Artiodactylidae. Sorry, got something in my eye. While all these mammals, why all of these animals are trampling on Earth, they live on Earth, they feed on the luscious green grass. And I forgot one member, it includes pigs and deer. It also includes hippopotamuses, who are round, water-loving animals who are also in the family Artiodactylidae family. They are hoofed mammals. And yet, a hippo's jaw can literally crush a watermelon hoe, which is terrifying and creepy. And there was a hoofed mammal named Ambulocetus who was like a whale, who was a carnivore and mostly ate fish and other small invertebrate animals, and it waited for them to get to its giant snout. But scientists will tell you that it wasn't really good at being in water yet being on land. Ambulocetus was a good swimmer, but it wasn't as fast and efficient as animals who are already in the sea, which include sharks, whales, dolphins, cetaceans, sharks, whale, dolphin, squid, other invertebrates, seals, mantises, dugongs, and orcas. So Ambulocetus wasn't a good swimmer, neither was it good on land. It had a belly that almost sank to the ground, and a snout that was so big it looked like it can barely lift its head. But it was ideal for a water-based life, or a semi-aquatic life. There was also a small deer-like cat-sized animal that scientists named Endohyus. Endohyus, like Ambulocetus, was also a hoofed animal. It wasn't a cetacean. It was an Artiodactyla. So whales extended from Artiodactyls, or ungulate hoofed animals. Also animals like Basilosaurus, who was an ancient whale-like creature. So it just shows you, although an animal can look big, it might have an interesting ancestor or interesting backstory, and that is the evolution of whales. Obviously, there are way more ancestors of whales. We have dolphins as big as whales, and let me just say, orcas are whales. Although they're taxonomically dolphins, but they're both dolphin and whale. Since cetacean, that includes baleen whales or filter feeders such as blue whale, sperm whale, humpback whale, and the orca and the dolphin. You shouldn't be worried about getting swallowed by a blue whale because it's a baleen whale and it doesn't have teeth. Its mouth is covered in baleen, allowing it to eat small invertebrates such as shrimp, krill, and other animals. You should be worrying about getting swallowed by a sperm whale because unlike filter feeders, they have sharp teeth. Like I said in previous videos, if Megalodon was still around, it would probably devour orcas and eat their flesh and basically eat their livers. Although I don't know, do orcas have fat and oils in their liver? And do you also know Leviathan? Leviathan is an extinct species that look more like a sperm whale than a blue whale. You see, it has thousands of sharp teeth, and it was an extinct member of whale. And yeah, it can actually beat Megalodon. It is much smarter than Megalodon. It is also much bigger, so this is where it's kind of similar to like orca versus great white shark. Although I think a great white shark can kill a sick orca, cause like when you're sick, you're way more defenseless when you're sick or when you're really like nauseous. So Leviathan would easily devour Megalodon. Leviathan was also smarter. So Leviathan was basically like an orca. Although orcas are also intelligent animals, and they mostly travel in groups called pods, similar to wolves. Like the wolves of the land, they travel in pods, and they are often called wolves of the sea. There was actually one orca involved in 3 deaths. His name, Tilikum, and he killed his owner Dawn Brancher, after he pulled her into the water, grabbing her ponytail, and the orca drowned her. He brutally drowned her. And it shows you even animals that don't hunt humans can be an immediate threat to humans. Orcas can hunt anything from fish to seals to 7-gill sharks to great white sharks to whales. Although they need to take extra precaution when hunting a blue whale or a sperm whale, because the blue whale literally protects itself by using its flute, and it can even hurt an orca with its flute. And obviously orcas are much smaller than blue whales. Unlike your domestic dog, who is probably 10 times smaller than the average elephant, the blue whale actually exceeds the elephant in terms of weight. A blue whale can weigh over tons, approximately 33 elephants. And yeah, they are larger than African bush elephants or any Asian elephant species. The elephants are even bigger. And the trunk-like proboscis an elephant has is actually a nose. Some elephants use that trunk-like proboscis to spray water on themselves. I don't know if we had a trunk, what would it feel like, but I wouldn't want to have a trunk. Elephants are even bigger than rhinos. The biggest rhino, the white rhino, who is also heavier than the black rhino, but the black rhino has now eventually become extinct due to poaching for their humongous horns, which is made out of solid keratin, unlike bovid or bovidae or bovidae horns, which are made with a bone structure and keratin. Rhinos' horns are just made out of keratin. The word rhinoceros is derived from a word meaning nose horn, and not all rhinos have 2 horns. The smallest rhino species is the Sumatran rhino. Like hippos, elephants, and pigs, rhinos love mud. They wallow in mud to keep cool, and it stops biting pesky insects from biting their thick skin. Like hippos, rhinos have thick skin, and also a rhino would win a fight against a hippo. But if you talk about the smallest species of rhino, which is the Sumatran rhino, it's the smallest species of rhinos, and when it is being compared to a hippo, the hippo is obviously significantly bigger. And also, although many people might think rhinos and elephants and hippos are fat, that's not actually true. They just look very round, although they might seem fat because of the plants they eat. They are all herbivores eating plants, except hippopotamuses. They might be omnivores, because a study from the journal Mammal Review reveals that hippos occasionally feed on the carcasses of dead animals like zebras, antelopes, and impalas, as well as other hippos in cases of cannibalism. Unlike us, the hippopotamus doesn't have sweat glands or sebaceous sweat, so instead they release a a oily pink orange substance or lotion that led to the myth that hippos sweat blood. Although hippos do not sweat blood, it's more of a mixture between self-made sunscreen. Male hippos fight aggressively with that access. They fight aggressively so they can access all the female cows. Get access to all the female cows. Female hippos are called cows, while male hippos are called bulls. Bull hippos are territorial and will fiercely defend their home against other intruding males. Also, male hippos are significantly larger than female hippos. To put it at its maximum weight, a hippo can weigh as much. It can be big. In fact, hippos are significantly bigger than horses. It's because hippopotamus comes from an ancient word which means river horse or water horse. But hippos and horses aren't even closely related at all. In fact, hippos are more related to the cetaceans, which includes like whales, like blue whale, sperm whale, humpback whale, and other dolphins. Though hippos might look and seem slow, they can run up to 30 meters kilometer, which is as fast as horses. And 9, hippos are not fat. Despite being very big and heavy, hippos' subcutaneous fat layers are actually quite thin. Hippos also use mud to keep warm since they can't sweat. See, most animals can't sweat, so they can't relieve themselves. So they cool off in water or mud to sustain their peacefulness. And hippos are the world's most deadly land mammal. Hippos will even capsize boats and sink boats because they are so territorial in the water. Yet hippos are not good swimmers and don't even float. They are so heavy that they sink underwater. Hippos are not good swimmers. Like I said, hippos are not fat. Their subcutaneous fat layers are actually quite thin. And that's going to do it for this video.